afternoon, guys. I am just out on the hack with Coop and Sienna. Sienna's very jolly. She does this thing, it's really irritating, when she trots in front of Coop because she always wants to be in front, and then runs in front of him and then bites him. Because, you know, she's a mean girl at times. And it's so irritating. She does it all the time. Anyway, finally got out. God, it's been a soggy day today. Very wet. Is it bad that I'm feeling a smidge smug that I went to Appleton yesterday and not today? Because I've seen pictures and video. It looks very wet and muddy there. And it was very nice there yesterday. So we definitely got good weather. So I'm feeling quite chuffed about that. I'm having one of those days where I'm just sort of, the days kind of run away with me and I've done nothing. Mainly because it's been raining. I did watch a little bit of the coronation. It's quite the procession, wasn't it? Those horses, you just watch those horses and think, how are they coping? Like, none of mine could ever cope with any of that, even with training. We are having quite an excitable hack because Sienna has had 2 days off, and so she is bouncing off the walls. It's not normally, I don't normally like her having 2 days off in a row, simply for that reason, is that she can get a little bit bouncy and a bit excited and just, you know, does this, runs in front of Corporal, then curves at him, and she's a bit more feisty. But anyway, it's just how it happened this week. So we're having a hack and we've come down to the kind of quiet road that we like to use because it's a dead end lane and it's nice to get away from the traffic, and it's very pretty down here. And to find that they had moved the cows. So obviously we've been going down to see these baby cows to try and get at least Sienna's fear of cows sorted, because otherwise it's just really irritating. And they've moved them, and they moved them to the bigger field, which runs much further. Would you stop being a pain? You're very annoying today. It spans much more of the road, so now you've got, you know, the cows could pretty much be anywhere along the road down here, and it is so train. You two. Now we're in. Look at the fight for the cow pastures. Honestly, the pair of them. Anyway, the cows are now can be anywhere along this road, and honestly, I mean, it blew their brains because the cows were somewhere different. So Corporal was like not going past, wanted to turn around. Sienna was stopping, snorting, walking a few steps, stopping, snorting. I was just like, oh. And the thing is, the cows were being really good, but because Sienna was doing these ridiculous snorts, they then got up because they were like, well, what the hell is that? Is there a monster outside the gates? So anyway, cows over in the distance again. And we're heading back towards them, so wish me luck. I love it. I love trying to get these guys past cows, so much fun. So I've had a little biscuit break, or biscuits break, more than one biscuit. And now I'm back out on art to, what are you doing? It's a bit obsessed with cow parsley, like quite obsessed. So much so that I actually think I might need grass reins. He's done it twice now. He's come out my gates, got to the other side of the road, and literally launched himself onto the verge, stuck his head into the cow parsley, but nearly lost his balance and fallen in the ditch. And he did that again today, which I'm not too pleased about. I know he loves the stuff, and I know he's desperate to eat it, but some self-control would be good. Good morning, guys. It's Sunday. I'm coming to see if my washing machine has decided to work. No. So yesterday I put Art's sweet itch rug in it, and it didn't like it. It's a big washing machine. It's more than capable of taking a sweet itch rug. But yeah, it seems to stop halfway through the cycle and then just holds on to all the dirty water, which is just delightful. It absolutely stinks. Anyway, I've got my dad to look at it. We've emptied out the filters and all that kind of thing, and it still doesn't seem to be working. I need to get on and ride these lot. I'm very tempted, guys, to do a weekly vlog. I've got no brain power on a Sunday. Daily vlog. But I don't have much going on, so I'm not sure if I'm just really making life hard for myself by doing that or what. But I don't know. I'm tempted. I'm very tempted. I don't know if it ends up being easier because you just do everyday life rather than trying to make spectacular vlogs. I get quite into people who daily vlog. But I mean, I have got a very boring life. So anyway, I'm mumming and knowing about that. Last night I went up and put some fencing up in the field. So there's a possibility, it did rain a lot yesterday, the field is still quite wet, but there's a possibility they might go out today because, to be honest, I've reached the end of my tether. They're at the end of their tether. They've been being hangry. Corporal goes out in the field anyway, but I'm just like, I can't keep waiting. It's going to rain heavy tomorrow, so I'm at the point where I'm like, right, let's just chuck them out. They'll trash it. We just have to accept it. So yeah, look at poor Arty's forelock. It's actually healing quite nicely at the moment, but he had a real itch there because of his sweet itch and I attacked it. Anyway, I need to stop talking and I need to get on and get riding because, yeah, we want them both done by 11:30.
So Arts and Sienna are like chalk and cheese. They are so different. They are miles apart in how they school. Bless Arts, he tries very hard, but his conformation makes it very difficult for him. You can see that his bottom is higher than his withers, and he's a bit long in the back, and so he carries his head very long and low. And this makes him very strong because he's on the forehand. And so I spend most of my sessions just doing a lot of transitions with him to try and help steady him, because he often feels like he's just constantly running onto the forehand. So lots of transitions. I can't change him, his conformation's his conformation. But lots of transitions, lots of back and forth within the rhythm just to try and help. This little bit of jumping footage was obviously not from today, but from earlier in the week, and I sort of had nowhere to put it in a vlog, so I thought I would just pop it into this one, and then I've kind of got it as a memory, because jumping Arts is always good fun. He's got such a fantastic jump on him. He always gives you the best feel. Evening, guys. I've come on to do night stable. As you can see, it's dark outside. Well, Angus out there. I wanted to add a little bit of context to Sienna's schooling session today, because there was only a few clips and there was quite a lot to talk about on it. And also, I'll be honest, I nearly didn't want to put it on because it's nothing wrong with the schooling, but it's like, it's a bit nothingy. Like, I don't look that great, she doesn't look that great, and I have got a bad habit of only wanting to put out the pretty bits of Sienna, because she is such a beautiful mare, and most of these vlogs really are just for memories for me, and obviously I want to put on the nice memories. And today's schooling session was one of those where, she never quite got it, and so the whole session was a little bit tense and a little bit choppy from her, and so it just wasn't the nicest of work, but that doesn't mean there's anything wrong with it. It just, she's learning. Anyway, today's session was all about stretching and long and low, and being a naturally hot horse, Sienna finds that so difficult. Teach her lateral work and different movements, she gets it instantly. Tell her to stretch and relax, and she's like, I cannot do that in the slightest. And you'll see, we never actually managed to get her to stretch once throughout the clips. she wasn't willing to let go and relax. And, it's going to be one of those things that takes a little while for her, but it's really important. I want it to be part of her warm-up and cool down. I want it to help get her a little bit more rounder over her back. I want her to kind of have more swing through her body, sort of more softness through it. She does naturally carry herself quite uphill, so the way she carries her neck is very uphill, and though that's great for the future, right now it's not actually the kind of frame I want her to be in. I want her to be in a much more softer, relaxed frame through her body. So it's really important to teach her to stretch properly and relax, and there's going to be so many benefits from it. Great for her core strength, great for muscle development over her back. So it's definitely going to be a work in progress, and like I say, I think she felt like I kind of deserted her today when we were schooling. She really didn't want to relax and let go. She likes me to kind of hold her hand at the moment, and I think she thought, where I kept kind of trying to take my hand forward and go, take your head and neck down here, she was a bit like, where have you gone? Why are you dumping me like this? So it's definitely going to be one of those things that takes a while for her to understand it, but we're all going in the right direction, and it's important that she learns it. So yeah, I am still doing sitting trot, which I know is not ideal, but that has been a massive game changer for me. I must say, I think a lot of this progression has occurred because we're sitting now, and she's much more confident. I think she feels more secure and more supported if I'm sitting. Who knows why, but if it works, it works, and we're going to continue with it. So I just wanted to add that in for her schooling session. So I'm feeling quite chuffed with myself. The horses are done. I've ridden Arts and Sienna, and now I'm off to work. I'm a smidge late, I won't lie. I'm going to be a couple of minutes late, but it's not going to be too bad. So yeah, I feel that's good. I feel like I've been productive. Better than yesterday, that's for sure. So then at least this afternoon I can get on jobs. Maybe watch a bit of badminton. Or sounds like carnage trying to get in at badminton. It's why most locals don't ever go on cross-country day, because it's just a nightmare getting into the place. There are some back roads actually that aren't so bad, but generally speaking, it's not easy getting into badminton on cross-country day. So yeah, always go on dressage day or show jumping day. It's so much better.